Twitter. See if I can find the articles and updates. Alright, let's see here. It chapter 3. Ah, there it is. Nope, nope. No, not the songs. We might get copyrighted this live stream if there's a song playing. Alright. Hello everyone, this is Titanus Fully here. Back stream. And no, it's not a spoiler review or a live unboxing video. It's a movie update of all the films that we have all been expecting for quite a while, and possibly some things that we are possibly expecting to go on. Alright, so start things up. Hold on, let me get a little something. Alright. Hold on. Let me just. Alright. Alright, where is he? Where's the other guy? Some more Space Godzilla. Man, it's so hard to try to find another figure. Okay, you know what? Forget it. There's gonna be a lot of people coming in, so I need to focus. Alright. So, we just got an update on Godzilla X Kong Supernova. So, as we all know, there is a Godzilla X Kong 3 coming out in 2027 called Godzilla X Kong Supernova, which is something I am really looking forward to. So hopefully I can try to catch it in theaters by the time it releases. Or if maybe Call of Duty can bring back the Godzilla and Kong type of event that they had from the first Godzilla vs. Kong. But anyways, yeah. We're not talking about Call of Duty and Godzilla. Let's just settle down for a minute. Today, we just got an update that y'all guys are probably wondering, okay, who's the new villain? Who's the new Godzilla and Kong villain that Godzilla and Kong are going to be fighting? We all know Scar King is already out. We already got Mechagodzilla. We already got King Ghidorah. We already got the Mutos. And we got the Skullcrawlers and Warbats. Who's next? Who's the new villain for this new film? They're probably going to... Some people are like, maybe they'll probably make up their own characters just like they did with the Mutos and Skullcrawlers and Scar King. Well, thank goodness it wasn't the case, because I'm not used up other monsters for the Monsterverse. I'm more of a fan of them remaking Toho's iconic characters like they did with Rodan, Mothra, and King Ghidorah, and Mechagodzilla. But this caught my attention so much. Remember how I said in one of my other videos that I was thinking Space Godzilla could be the new villain? Well, thank goodness it was official, because we got the news. Space Godzilla is in fact in Godzilla X Kong Supernova. So, this isn't fake or a leak, it's actually official. Due to a writer's guide of America, you know, the writers of Godzilla X Kong, they just accidentally leaked what the film could be about. Hey, I bet you join my live stream on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. I'm still taking a break from the live stream. Or what about... Yeah, Sydney, I will join your live stream. And And I was I was wondering if maybe in one of my live streams you can react to one of my stop motion videos. You know, like my Pennywise and Godzilla ones. Because I'd like to see your reactions to also one of my YouTube shorts, especially the one with Godzilla being like, "I'm a good man." Yeah, like that. But anyways, yeah. What about Gigan? Well, that's what I was thinking, Sydney. The R has Gigan's eye on it. What about Gigan? So yeah, Gigan. Where is he gonna come in? People were saying that maybe Gigan could come in, but most people are just send me a video and mention me. Alright, will do. So yeah, I'm gonna Sydney on this one. And I have a bet for you. Alright? Alright, what's the bet? Alright. If I react, will you animate this? No deal. Alright. I can try to animate. No, but it could take a long time because we know animating takes pretty long, so I guess I could try to do it. But anyway, yeah, I'm with Sydney on this one. What about Gigan? When is Gigan gonna drop in? We thought Gigan was gonna be the new villain of Supernova, but when I came across him in either Godzilla vs. Gigan or Final Wars, he's pretty much a mechanized chicken, I think, which probably looks a little bit kind of similar to Space, but due to the theories of Space Godzilla to be a villain, I understand that, and animations take time. Love your animations. Thank you. So, yeah. Some people were thinking that Space Godzilla was officially going to be the villain due to the fact that if you turn... Due to the fact that you could, like, turn the supernova upside down and the S and the A were pointing up, kind of matches Space Godzilla's crystals. Excuse me. If you've watched Godzilla vs. Space Godzilla, excuse me again, you can probably tell that, yes, Space Godzilla has one of those crystals on his back or on his shoulders. That could possibly have been an Easter egg for Space Godzilla to be the villain. But the bigger question is, how are these two going to be able to fight him? Are they going to, like, make an army of Titans to try to fight him? Like, think of Avengers Endgame and Infinity War and King of the Monsters, where a bunch of Titans could go up together to face a giant threat, even much bigger than Scar King and Ghidorah. Like, how do you think Godzilla and Kong would do against Space Godzilla? I mean, due to the fact people were probably like, it's probably more human-focused, but hopefully, I know you guys are probably wondering, yes, do you think Godzilla gets more spotlight than the humans and Kong? Yes. Yes, he does, because Adam Wingard did say that the next movie would be more Godzilla-focused. So they better make a Godzilla-focus, or I swear, Warner Brothers, I'm gonna come over to your house, and I'm gonna... Alright. But anyways, yeah, I hope Godzilla gets more screen time than the humans and Kong in this. I mean, I know Adam Wingard is out of the project and that Grant Spootor is taking over, but hopefully he makes it as how Adam Wingard wants it to be. So yeah, it was... The reason why Space Godzilla was confirmed, because apparently some writers leaked that says, based on the characters Godzilla and Space Godzilla, owned and created by Toho, 11/12/2025. So basically what it tells us that, yes, that they actually leaked that Space Godzilla was going to be the villain. If they want to beat Space Godzilla, just go up there and just punch him in the face. Well, here's the thing. I've learned that Space Godzilla has magic powers that can, like, just throw things in the air with his magic. Excuse me. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure that since Space Godzilla is probably going to come in, there is a possibility that it will be more of a Godzilla King of the Monsters type of vibe as to how it will play out. Because remember, I'm not going into full spoilers. I'm just saying that if it's actually official, then I have to know if it's actually real or not. Because I'm not fully aware of what's happening with these films. Bye. Hey. Did you react to Sega Scourge? No, not yet. I haven't seen it yet. Alright. Alright. Come on. Alright, moving on to some updates that got me pretty confused a bit. And now that we got Godzilla and Kong knocked out, there is some projects that I do like, but I'm pretty confused on what they're doing. There is a possibility of an It Chapter 3. Also, I got a question. Who do you want this? Who do you think the spin-off movie will be about? Possibly Shadow. Some people are saying that Shadow's gonna get a spin-off after Sonic 3. So yeah, I think Shadow. So yeah, there is a possibility of an It Chapter 3 that could possibly happen. You know, the continuation to the Pennywise franchise. I was confused about that at first, but that was until I stumbled across it. So, basically what's going on is that, yes, they're planning to do an It Chapter 3, you know, about Pennywise. Sorry, I gotta go. See you Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. I have a wonderful Friday night. Bye. Bye! Alright. Shadow Doom. I still think it'd be better if Shadow series comes after Sonic 4. Well, that's the thing. We don't know if it's the Shadow spin-off or not. Like, we still have no confirmation if it's the Shadow spin-off or not. Alright. So, speaking of it, we just got reports that It Chapter 3 could possibly happen after It Welcome to Derry. Because, I'm looking right here, and this just popped up, like, probably a day ago, like yesterday, that, there's a possibility that an It Chapter 3 could possibly happen. And I was like, what? I thought It Welcome to Derry is It Chapter 3, but as a prequel. Like, what are they doing with it? Well, as I looked at it, it says that Season 2 will probably drop around 2027, and then Season 3 could possibly drop during winter of 2028. And I was like, wait, what? They're filming Season 2 and 3 back-to-back, just like Blumhouse did with the Halloween films? Like, that'd be a really cool thing to do. Like, film both Season 2 and Season 3 back-to-back so that... No, Season 1... So that way Season 2 and Season 3 of Welcome to Derry doesn't take 1 to 2 years to get done. Like try to do the same thing Blumhouse did with the Halloween films. Like, film them back-to-back. That way, fans don't have to wait a little too long for another season. But that's not all that we're seeing. It says somewhere around 2029, there is a possibility of an It Chapter 3. And I was like, okay, but what are they going to do with it? Because that's what I was thinking. I thought Welcome to Derry is It Chapter 3. But as a prequel. Like, when I was a really young kid, I was hoping, and I mean hoping, that It Chapter 3 could possibly happen. Like, continuing with the Losers Club and suddenly start encountering Pennywise once again as old people. But I still don't know of how Stephen King could try to, like, either confirm it or set it up, I think. Maybe into a sequel book. But hopefully, if they do go with an It Chapter 3, my suggestion is to, like, try to make up a new story that continues right off after It Chapter 2, where basically the Losers Club and possibly the Losers Club's grandkids or children fights Pennywise together as a group, instantly killing him for good. Because I'm still confused on how they can do an It Chapter 3 if it doesn't continue off with the Losers Club again. Because we know that Pennywise releases every 27 years. Maybe It Chapter 3 should be about where Pennywise came from, and if there's more like him, and are they coming? Well, we already got that for Welcome to Derry, but if you're suggesting, like, what planet he's from, or from another universe, that could possibly try to work. Now, just in case if they can, like, try to set it off from when he lands on Earth, like, think of episode 4 of Welcome to Derry when the Native Americans encountered Pennywise for the first time. What if It Chapter 3 could be about that, but way before Pennywise got to become Pennywise? So, yeah, that's what I was thinking. But I was thinking that it could pay more attention to the new characters, or probably the children of the Losers Club that goes after Pennywise with them. Or could it be that Pennywise comes back to life from his death of It Chapter 2, someone breaks the circle of his prison, and then they notice that they made a mistake, that this clown actually... I still wonder if there's more like anyway. Got to go. No, okay. So yeah, I was thinking for It Chapter 3, it could be like Pennywise comes back to life from his death because just like in episode 8, he knows about time and stuff. What if he could possibly time travel to like change his death? And some of the people in the present day accidentally breaks the circle of Derry, instantly letting Pennywise roam free in the wild. Like, no one gets to the shards and stuff. They just let Pennywise roam free on Earth. And then he goes after the Losers Club as older people. Like, that's what I was thinking they could possibly do within It Chapter 3. Is that the circle breaks, Pennywise roams free, and searches in town to town to try to find the Losers Club to hunt them down. Just to get payback on them for what they'd done to him 27 years ago. So yeah, that's what I was thinking they could do within It Chapter 3. But as for right now, I'm not really sure if they can do an It Chapter 3, but that actually depends to Stephen King if he wants to make a deal to try to, actually let it happen. Because remember, I'm not the one who makes the films. Like, I make crossover films, not like the actual films that people make. Anyway, moving in to the hype for Five Nights at Freddy's 3, the movie. So, as we all know, if you have not seen Five Nights at Freddy's 3, so if you haven't seen FNAF 2, you should probably not watch it. I would wait until I'm done with the FNAF 3 position, and then come back to this live stream. Anyway, yeah, Five Nights at Freddy's 3. After the post-credits scene with Springtrap in it, I was wondering, oh my lord, are they going to do it? Are they possibly going to set up Five Nights at Freddy's 3? Well, I was hoping they could do that because this connects to the games. Like the first movie, based on the first game. The second movie was based on the second game, but the first movie's animatronics came back and took the toy animatronics down. But now that we got Springtrap in the post-credit scene of FNAF 2, I was wondering, okay, what are they planning to do with Five Nights at Freddy's 3? Since Springtrap was at the end credits, what are they planning to do with Springtrap? Alright, hold on. Let me just flip this around. Alright. So what I was thinking So, like, what I was thinking that they could possibly do for Five Nights at Freddy's 3 would be that it takes place exactly where we left off of the second movie, where, of course, possessed Vanessa gets very bitter at Mike and Abby for abandoning her like this, due to the fact that Mike told Vanessa to stay away from them, which literally shattered Vanessa's heart. The puppet possesses Vanessa. What if possessed Vanessa sets Springtrap free and asks Springtrap to go after Mike and Abby just to get back at them for abandoning her in the second film? Because I know inside Vanessa doesn't want Abby and Mike to get hurt, but due to the fact that she was heartbroken and abandoned by Mike and Abby, I can guarantee that now that she becomes possessed, she definitely wants to get back at them for abandoning her like this. After all the time she's been helping them, they decide to abandon her. And then Vanessa goes like, "You abandoned me, Mike? I'm done helping you this time. This time I'm letting my dad take over." And that's when Springtrap comes in. Yes. Yeah, that's all that I have for Five Nights at Freddy's 3. Hopefully, if Emma Tammy can, like, try to set that up, maybe they could try to let it happen. But we'll see until FNAF 3 gets announced. Because we know that FNAF 3 is actually probably gonna happen because of the end credits, and I'm worried that it might not happen due to the critics and stuff. Like, movie critics, can you please just shut up about your hatred on the movies and just enjoy it for the way it is? Like, you don't have to criticize every movie that comes out. Like, bro, stop criticizing movies and just enjoy it for the way it is. Like, seriously. Some critics are hating on FNAF 2 when it's actually pretty good. Like, why are they hating on that? Anyway, moving on. Alright, moving on. Let's see here. What's next on the list? Alright, this could be an interesting one. How Sony would have done Spider-Man Brand New Day for a Venom and Spider-Man team-up film. Now, that's something I would have wanted to see after Venom The Last Dance. So, yeah. Let me get a little someone. Alright. My man Venom. So yeah, what I think Sony would have done for Spider-Man 4, or as we now have now confirmed to be calling it, Spider-Man Brand New Day, instead of it being Vulture and Scorpion and the Hulk, it should have been a Spider-Man and Venom team-up film, which I wanted to happen since Venom The Last Dance. So, after Venom The Last Dance, I was pretty upset due to the fact that I wanted them to do a fourth film, but with Spider-Man in it, but since Venom died at the end of The Last Dance, I'm afraid that wouldn't ever happen. Unless they can try to set that up in either Doomsday or Secret Wars. But still. But yeah, we're not talking about Avengers yet. No, not yet. We're talking about how we think that Sony could have done Spider-Man Brand New Day. So, like, here's how I think Spider-Man Brand New Day would have happened. Like it should be a Spider-Man and Venom team-up instead of a Hulk and Spider-Man team-up. Like, bringing back Tom Hardy's Venom back from the dead. Well, not back from the dead, actually. Like it could be just like a multiverse film. Like, think of Spider-Man No Way Home, where it's like a multiverse type of thing. So, like, how I think Venom how I think Spider-Man Brand New Day could happen is that everyone forgets that Peter Parker is Spider-Man and who he is. But what they didn't notice is that apparently the multiverse is still around. And apparently Null from The Last Dance still wants revenge on Venom for stopping his plans due to Venom: The Last Dance. And basically, Spider-Man does end up coming in. And Spider-Man noticed that those xenophages from Venom: The Last Dance are actually appearing in his world and is actually causing chaos just to find a codex in the Sony Spider-Man universe due to the fact that Venom in his world does not have a codex. So basically, due to the multiverse facts, I think that due to the No Way Home type of thing, unless they can try to set it up, like maybe Tom Hardy's Venom from The Last Dance, instead of fighting the xenophages in his world, he ends up back into the Marvel Cinematic Universe and does end up going to New York, but not at his world. Instead, he's in the Marvel Sony universe, where Tom Holland's Spider-Man could come out to play. And just as they notice that Venom is fighting bad guys on his own, since he's in another world, and Spider-Man interrupts that party, and Venom and Spider-Man has their little fight for the time being, until they find out that yes, the xenophages from Null comes in, Spider-Man and Venom makes a truce, and they end up teaming up. So basically what could possibly happen is to try to make sure that the Codex gets out of them. So like thinking of going back in time to like stop Tom Hardy's Venom, or Eddie Brock dying and Venom resurrecting him when the Codex gets done. But Venom suggests not, because then it would cause a catastrophic on their universe. Because Venom was meant to die due to the Codex. And Venom was trying to prevent it from happening. Like he's fully aware of the Codex, and is trying to make sure that whatever changes from the Codex doesn't change in real time. So they do team up, try to defeat Null. Venom does end up sacrificing himself. Well, kinda. Like, half of him dies, just like in Venom: Last Dance. But, remember from the post-credits of Venom: Last Dance, there's a chance Venom is still alive, due to the cricket that is in the container. So Eddie picks that up and puts Venom back inside of him. Then boom, Venom's still alive. So the bigger question is, could they have possibly done that for Spider-Man 4? Could they have possibly could have done a Tom Hardy's Venom and Tom Holland Spider-Man team up? Or just keep it the way it is? But yeah, moving on from the Spider-Man news. Alright, let's see what we got here today. Alright, let's see here. Alright, we've done Spider-Man, we've done FNAF, we've done It, and we've done Godzilla. Alright. Oh, Sonic Movie 4. Yeah, alright. So, we know that Sonic 4 is in production right now, and that Sonic 4 is gonna be very hyping due to the fact that Amy Rose and Metal Sonic are in it. But apparently, in 2026 of the summer, apparently Sonic 4 is gonna start filming in the summer of 2026. And I was like, wait, what? Doesn't Sonic 4 come out in spring of 2027? Or did they just delay it just so that they can get some time to get it done? And I was thinking like, okay, what are they going to do with it then? Because they told us that Sonic 4 is going to have a very big budget on this type of film. And yippee, yippee, yippee. Sorry. Excuse me. So yeah, so we heard that Sonic 4 is gonna start filming in 2026 of the summer. But what about the other Sonic film that they're planning to do for 2028? Which we're probably gonna get into that later. So, my question is that could it possibly be that since the budget is really big than Sonic 3 and Sonic 2 and Sonic 1, that it can be done pretty fast? Or is it because they need to keep on looking for cast members in order to get the movie ready? And what is Metal Sonic gonna look like in the film? Like, we know at the end of Sonic 2, Shadow looked a little bit like Super Sonic in disguise as Shadow. And then a couple months before Sonic 3, we got an official look at Shadow's shoes and rings. And then a new movie Shadow redesign appears. So obviously they're going to try to redesign movie Metal Sonic or Amy Rose. But that depends if they're going to do it. So, like, what are they going to do with it? Like, I still think James Spader is probably going to get Metal Sonic done in Sonic 4, since he is the voice of Ultron. And I still think James Spader should be Metal Sonic in Sonic 4. But they are saying that the voice actor of Peach from the Mario movies could possibly voice Amy Rose in Sonic 4. Princess Peach from the Mario movies voicing Amy Rose in Sonic 4. Are they possibly going to try to make that happen? Or are they going to find a different actress to play her? But answer, we have no clue. We still gotta wait for more updates on what to expect. It's gonna be pretty long before we see what's going on. So as for right now, it's a little hush-hush, but we're gonna have to see once they get it all sorted out. Alright, so moving on is, of course, the Sonic film of 2028. So, remember in my YouTube short in my other channel saying that my theory would be that the 2028 Sonic film could be the Shadow the Hedgehog spin-off? Well, here's the reason why I think of that. Because Paramount made it fully clear that if Sonic 3 goes very well in the box office, they would do a Shadow the Hedgehog spin-off movie instead of a series. Or they could possibly set up Silver pretty soon. So, my theory is that it's going to be the Shadow the Hedgehog spinoff. So, like, here's how I think the Shadow spinoff could happen. It could leave off exactly where we left off of Sonic 3. Shadow wakes up, grabs his rings, and starts wandering around this other planet that he landed in. I don't know if it's another side of Earth, or is it in a different planet. So basically what I think is that Shadow is trying to figure out where he is and how to get back to where he was. Because he does make it clear that yes, Earth doesn't think Shadow is feeling welcome here, and he has no reason to want to stay. And some people are saying that Randall from the Sonic films could possibly be the human character for Shadow, just like how Wade Whipple is the human character for Knuckles, and Tom and Maddie are the human characters for Sonic and Tails. So I think Randall could be the human to side with Shadow. So I think Randall and Rachel could be pretty terrified of seeing Shadow. And they would get pretty confused on how he's still alive after that explosion. Ah, sorry. Sorry. So, you have the fact. I'm back. So yes, Rachel and Randall could get terrified seeing Shadow is still alive. They would think that he died. And then Shadow gets pretty confused on where he is. And he noticed that some aliens are coming after him. And then Shadow runs into a bat named Rouge. And a robot named E Omega. Which could set up Team Dark. That's right, Team Dark from the Sonic games and film from the Sonic games, I think, where Shadow gets his own team, similar to how Sonic has his team. So, like, without Eggman there, it's just Shadow, Omega, and Rouge setting up Team Dark. Like, I was like, they could probably set that up in Sonic 4, I think. Like, maybe in a post-credit scene, they could probably set up the 2028 Sonic film, where it could be the Shadow spinoff. Or could it be that they could possibly set up Silver? But the bigger question is Keanu Reeves willing to come back as Shadow? Hopefully, but we have no clue if he's coming back in either Sonic 4 or saving him for his own movie. But anyway, moving on to, I guess that's pretty much it. So, let me know in the comments down below what you think of these updates and what you're hoping to see. And I'll see you on the next video. Pieces. And the Lion Guard Cybernetic Invasion Chapter 1 trailer drops on Christmas Eve.